Hey everybody, welcome back to Bookish and Bearded. Today we're going to be doing the Finally Fall book tag. One of my favorite booktubers, Elliot Brooks, did this the other day and it sounded like a lot of fun, so I was going to do it as well. With fall here, it is my favorite time of year, so we're going to be doing a lot of stuff today, this weekend, and really in general for all of fall. Today we're going to hopefully get some apple cider donuts, some apple cider, go around, get some good coffee, and maybe even go to the mall, walk around. I just like to be out when it's finally cool and crisp air and the leaves are changing. It's just so freaking nice. And we even have a vacation coming up in a couple weeks where we're going to go to Gatlinburg uh, to try and I think I may have planned it a little early. We were hoping to see like peak leaf changing colors. But the more it seems like it's getting colder later in the year now, and we may have should have done like closer to November than October, but we'll see. Either way, I'm excited about it. Get some good Tennessee food. That being said, I would love for all of you to tell me in the comments what your favorite things to do in the fall are, what you and your families or you yourself are going and doing now that the weather is so beautiful. And yeah, we'll get into it. The first, you're going to see me holding the phone because I don't have a teleprompter or anything crazy. The first prompt is in fall, the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting. So for this one, I actually do have a book that I think fits the fall atmosphere as well, and it is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. This it is perfect for fall. If you like uh, whimsical carnival type atmospheres, this is what you need to read. And as far as like setting an atmosphere, she's the best at it. One of the best I have ever read. Every single character is described in great detail. All the scenery, all of the sounds, the smells. That's one of my favorite things. Is like say they walk into a tent and someone's cooking, you can almost like smell what's in there, how well it's described. So this one's a easy. If you're wanting vivid atmosphere, Caraval is what I would pick. The second is Nature is Beautiful, but Also Dying. Name a book that is beautifully written, but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. I'm going to stick with the fall, autumn type atmospheres and go with Empire of the Vampire by Jay Kristoff. Dude, it's dark and it does deal with a lot of loss. Basically, vampires have taken over the world, killed everyone, and captured the greatest vampire hunter killer ever. And when the first page of the book is him sitting in a cell, old vampire walks in and basically says, "I want to hear your story, how you went from being who all vampires feared to being captured." Uh, so it's dark. I mean, it's the fall of Earth, but it is. If you're wanting a good vampire book and you're wanting something like dark, heavy, emotional, it is really, really freaking good. I loved it. The third is Fall is Back to School Season. Share a nonfiction book that taught you something new. This one for me is easy because there's only really one nonfiction book I read, and it is the Bible. Uh, as far as teaching me something new, my favorite book of the Bible is Ecclesiastes. Every time I read that book, I feel like I gain a new perspective on life. It is just so good, and it is about a man's basically his rise and fall, his rise to riches, and when he finally obtains all this wealth, he realizes that he's going to have to die one day and leave it to someone else. So then he goes and starts like spinning it and blowing it and sinning and doing all these crazy things, and that makes him kind of stop. And he's like, I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm still going to die one day, and I'm going to have to deal with the consequences. And it's just his struggles with everyday life. I mean, everything from rising through the ranks to being rich to realizing he's just as poor as everyone else in the end. It's beautifully written and my favorite book of the Bible. Next is, in order to keep warm, it's good to spend time with people we love. Name a fictional family, household, or friendship group you'd like to be a part of. I had trouble deciding between two, so I'm just going to say both. The first one that came to mind were the Bat Boys from Akatar, uh, Azrael, Cassian, and Reese. They seem like they have a lot of fun. They've always got each other's backs. They're a bunch of like uh, big tatted soldier type dudes. I just feel like I would fit in well with that group. Like their banter, their joking, their morals. It just seems like they would be a really fun time. And when the holidays come around, they know how to like eat, party, and just have a really, really good time, it seems. And then the other one, uh, assistant to the villain, the little group in the villain's castle seems like it would be a fun work environment aside from all the like death. Uh, Evie and Becky and all the like, even the trainer, everybody in there seems like they would make your day go fast, and that it would be a fun, bubbly atmosphere, and it just seems like it would be a fun group of people to be around every day. So those are the two I pick. The next question is, the colorful leaves are piling up on the ground. Show us a pile of fall colored spines, reds, oranges, and yellows. They're all back on the shelves, but I'm going to show a picture for a little bit. And it is what I put together for fall leaves. I think it fits the vibe. Not much more to say about that. I have plenty of red, yellow, and orange books. Number 6. Fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fire. Share a book wherein somebody is telling a story. I had a couple to pick through on this, but my favorite storyteller is from the Bloodsworn saga, Sveik. I think that's how you pronounce it. Uh, he, throughout the books, is always telling the best stories. They're funny, they're heartwarming. Some of them are even like deep or epic. They're saga tells. Like he's always telling some sort of story or life lesson, and he does a really good job of it. It feels like you were a Viking sitting around a hearth fire, drinking mead and listening to one of the stories of the Vikings, and I loved it. That is one of my favorite things about those books. Is, I don't know, it's very rare in a book you have someone that's a good storyteller, not the author themselves, because they're telling a beautiful story, but then within that story you have someone uh, telling stories from their perspective. And I don't know, it's cool, it's fun, and he's my favorite at it. Number 7. The nights are getting darker. Name a dark, creepy read. This one, there's really only one I can pick that came to mind because I don't read that much like dark, creepy stuff, and it is Gallant by V. Schwab. Uh, it's the definition to me, at least. It was so, it's just freaking creepy. That's the whole point of the book, was ghost and this like this kid seeing creatures in a weird reality, and then it ends up turning out like it's weird. It's creepy. It's dark. Very atmospheric. I enjoyed the book, but it's not my typical read. So if you like dark and creepy, I'm betting you would probably love it. Uh, yeah, it was well written for sure. Number 8. The days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up someone's cold, rainy day. All right, so I'm going to pick Garden the Garden by Z.S. Diamante. And this is that book. I grabbed it because his last name's hard for me to pronounce. Dude, this is a super cozy vibe. It does kind of deal, not kind of, it does deal with heavier topics, but it does it in a cozy fantasy way. This is about a dwarf who was a commander in the dwarven armies. They go to war with these dragon riders, and he ends up getting injured by a dragon and getting pulled from the front lines. Uh, he has PTSD. He has separation anxiety. he feels like all his friends have left him behind because when he goes and tries to hang out with them, they're busy with being soldiers, and they just kind of tell him like, "Hey, it's your time to retire. Go home, drink some coffee." And he doesn't know how to feel about it. He doesn't know what his purpose is anymore in life, uh, and it is beautiful. It's written by a veteran. I would say for veterans or really anyone who is dealing with that, dealing with PTSD, separation, and finding your purpose. And it is done in a really cute, cozy way. Uh, he ends up becoming a guard, not just for a garden, but for cozy bake shops and getting to know all the people in his little town that he's been fighting for his country for. He's finally getting to meet the people that he's been fighting for, and it is freaking cute, very well written. Number 9, fall returns every year. Name an old favorite that you'd like to return to soon. I was actually just thinking about this the other day. Harry Potter is what I pick. I have not read this since I was a kid. I don't even think I finished the series. I think I only read 3 or 4 of the books. I would love here soon to pick these back up and read them. I think it would be really fun. And yeah, that's why I picked that one. I remember as a kid, I really enjoyed them. I love all the movies. And I think it would be nice to go back and just kind of reminisce on the first couple books and then see how they differ towards the end of the books with the movies. And then the last question: fall is the perfect time to cozy up with a hot beverage. What is your favorite cozy reading drink? This one's pretty easy too. Iced coffee is always my go to, even in the wintertime. I'm not a big fan of like hot coffee. I'll drink it like if we make a pot, but I would much prefer get an iced coffee. And this time of year specifically, I get anything apple, pumpkin, creme brulee, sugar cookie, anything to do with like fall, winter, I'm down for. Uh, in case any of you care, my go-to drink is usually just like a cup of ice with 3 or 4 shots of espresso over it, and then I mix and match with my syrups and get some cream on top. It's pretty elaborate drink, but it's delicious, and I can change the flavor of it every time I go get it, and it has all the caffeine I need. Yeah, that's it. I would actually love to know y'all's go-to coffee drink, because I mix mine up so much. I would love to try some of your favorite coffees, matchas, whatever teas you're getting. So you could throw that in the comments too. I hope you all enjoyed this. If you're a fellow booktuber, I would love for you to do this book tag as well so I can see what you're doing this time of year. And I hope you all have a great autumn.